Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and today is another Meet the Flower. Alright you guys, welcome back for another tutorial. This Meet the Flower is all about the lovely, the wonderful Magnolia. This one doesn't have a really long end on the bottom, so it's hard to hold it. But that teeny, look at just the teeny little butt on that flower. The Magnolia, this does come in multiple sizes. The one fun little fact about the Magnolias in particular is they do have a wire that's squished in between the petals. There's 2 layers of sola with a wire in the middle to hold its shape. Just be aware of that. For the most part, you won't even notice it once you dye them, or even if you don't dye them. But every once in a while, a wire will pop out or poke through. That's totally normal. You can clip it off a little bit if it's bothering you, but otherwise, that is how they hold their shape. Let's get into the fun stuff. You know what time it is. Let's get our hands dirty and let's get some paint. So for the Magnolias, we're gonna go real simple with these, you guys. I do wanna show you one other thing because I don't have a smaller one on hand, but one of the projects we worked on recently, we used some smaller Magnolias. If you're interested in seeing this and how this all came together, this was on Facebook Live. But we're gonna do something like this, but not quite exactly the same. This is easily accomplished with an airbrush. We're gonna hand paint everything. So we are gonna go and just do a very simple yellow center. So I'm gonna use Summer Yellow from our paint line. And I'm just gonna put it on. I like to use the containers that I use for my mixing of dip dye and stuff. So I just use those as my like palette. And I do have a cup of water over here as well. Because we're gonna focus just on the center, it doesn't need to be super soft as far as the center is not gonna affect like a flower cracking or anything like that. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab a little bit of paint on my brush just to water it down a little bit. Brush this off to the side. And I'm just going to paint the center. Now you can dip dye the Magnolia if you want it a little bit of a brighter white. I really like this cream color. I feel like it's pretty close to an actual Magnolia. And I'm gonna kind of scrub around the base, but I'm not gonna go out as far as what we did with the little guys. I also have junk on my paintbrush and it's showing up on the flower. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. That's all you need to do if you want. Simple Simon, bing, bang, boom, done. But let's do a couple other things, shall we? I'm gonna try to make a pink, a little bit brighter than our blush pink that we have. So I'm gonna take, not yellow, I don't need yellow right now, but I will in a little bit. I'm gonna take Cherry, again from our paint line. Make sure to shake those bad boys up when before you pour them. Grab that. And I'm also gonna grab our Antique Cream. Who wants a hot pink for the next colors that we introduce? Should we bring in some hot pink? So I'm gonna go pretty heavy on the red. Just a little bit of the Antique Cream. Let's see if we get the color I want. And I need more cream. Should add maybe, ooh. Okay, I'm gonna work with this color, but I'm thinking like the berry, is it Berry Blast or Plumberry would be kind of cool to add to this to give it a little bit more of a magenta feel. But we're gonna go with that pink. Okay, perfect. So same thing. We're gonna go in with a little bit of straight paint at first. We're gonna try a couple different things. So first thing, I'm gonna go in the center and I'm gonna kind of scrub it in. So straight paint, okay. And I'm gonna go on all my petals. Oh gosh, I used to do that all the time. Way back when, I mean, we're talking like 3 years ago, I used to call petals leaves all the time, and I just did it again. I hope that's not a sticking trend for me. Oh my gosh, it used to drive me crazy. People would be like, what are you talking about? And I was like, leaves. No, petals, I mean petals. Oh no, that's never a good sign. All right, so we're scrunching, scrubbing. That's what we're doing. We're not scrunching anything, we're scrubbing. Okay, kind of looks like a mess, but that's all right. I'm gonna just take straight paint. I already put straight paint in. Good golly, you guys, good golly. Just water, there's nothing else in here. You could add some glycerin if you want to, but I'm not gonna. All right, so we're just gonna spray her down. Really get in there. And I'm sitting it this way for a second. We're gonna let it kind of pool. Okay. Don't mind my dirty water. We're gonna just tip it over. We're gonna tip it over this way too, okay? And then with our fingers, we're going to diffuse it even more. Oh, isn't that pretty? I'm gonna go in the center just a little bit more. And then what I'll do is go back in with my yellow. So there's one option. Now let's try another one. So I think after a while, y'all will get tired of these techniques because it's the same thing over and over again for the most part, but it does different things for each flower. So this time we're gonna kiss the tops of our petal. Again, going straight in with paint, no water yet. And then we'll do one where we water it down first and then put on the paint to see the difference, okay? I honestly think it just comes down to a preference of like what you enjoy doing and the type of mess it creates, which one you don't mind as much. Because all of these are gonna get a little messy with all of that. Okay, so just up on the tops. I might need a little bit more paint. I might not have added enough, but we'll see. So that just gives like the lightest. Actually, I think that would be really pretty from the base on down. So I'm really diffusing it into the petals with my fingers. So let's see how that works. Going the opposite direction. Oh. This one lost its shape a little bit with the amount of water, but don't worry, it springs back. Again, those wires help keep everything in the shape. So you can adjust it a little bit as well. Let's grab a little bit of yellow one more time. There you go. All right, final one. We're gonna get this one saturated first. Oh, good and saturated, okay? I'm gonna do it both. So up on the tops, it's kind of pulling through, but we still would wanna use our fingers. I'm gonna go in the bottom too. We're gonna do it both. Touch of pink, but now I wanna go in where it's like really saturated with water because we haven't tipped this, right? We haven't tipped it and emptied out any of the water. So I'm going at the base of my petals where it's kind of pooling with water. And then we're gonna tip it and we're gonna see what happens. And I know I've got a lot of pink at this bottom, but I'm also going to scrub in the yellow. That's gonna change the bottom coloring just a little bit, but I ain't mad about it, actually. I'll do a little bit more. I'll add a little bit of yellow throughout. Change the coloring a little bit, not a ton, but just enough. Isn't that fun? All that color starts kind of playing with each other. All right, you guys, there you have it. Another Meet the Flower all about the Magnolia. So you can go as simplistic or as we'll say complicated. It's not complicated, but as fancy as you want. Oh, I love the Magnolias. If you're loving these Meet the Flowers, let us know what is the next flower that you hope that we show. If you love the Magnolias, go scoot over, go grab yourself some flowers. If you're loving this station, are we a station? We're a channel. If you're loving this channel, can't get enough, want to know when the next one goes live, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell to find out about the 150 style solo flowers, along with the Magnolias and craft supplies, greenery. Go to ohyourlovely.com. But before you scoot, let me give you something real quick. Use the code YouTube30 to get 30% off your first order. All right, you guys, I will see you right here next week for another Meet the Flower. I'm Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, and you, my friends, are absolutely lovely. Bye, guys.